Hi guys, welcome back to Sacred Shifts and how to navigate them. So before I started, I heard painting and poetry. So I do feel like you're being called to like paint, get out the poetic history that you have within your soul, that your soul is dying to create, right? And I think it's also getting, I heard, in a position of power, like recognizing like you have the strength to do all of these things that you want to do, to get more grounded, to be this all-knowing, I heard, or this seer, right? To sink into seeing is what I heard. So like you might be like opening up more to your gifts or recognizing like, hey, I am very gifted, 44 on the timer. It's time. That's my right path number. That's like, it's time to see yourself as this creative person, right? As very grounded in your creation energy, right? And stop like doubting yourself, right? I guess that's easier said than done, but Spirit is calling you to really know that you're meant to stand in the light. 111 on the timer. You're meant to shine. You're meant to help others to see themselves more clearly. So yeah, you may be very cutthroat. 123 on the timer, and you're being called to like stop being so cut off from your emotions, right? Maybe like feel them. Yeah, maybe like feel them and stop avoiding them, because that's generational wealth, right? That's how you're going to pass down a legacy to your children and their children. 143 means I love you, is to feel our feelings rather than like run from them, suppress them, which we are very used to doing so, right? Yeah, Spirit is calling you to cut off something, but it's not your emotions, right? It's something that makes you weak at the knees, I heard. So it's hard to make this decision because in it you're losing something or someone, something that suppresses your emotions. So first off, I thought drinking for some reason because of the cups. I thought it was either drinking or some way, shape, or form. Could be something else, but yeah. It suppresses your emotions rather than allows you to feel them. And it stops you from being able to plan, right? Yeah, bro, it's dragging you down. But you know this. You know. It could be also like avoiding yourself in a person as well. But it's like overindulging in something that holds you down. That it may stop you from healing this heartbreak. You may be called to like just feel it. Feel it. Let yourself have this gut-wrenching cry. Let yourself just freaking scream and shout and let it all out. But seriously. Yeah, because once you like stop binding yourself, right? From this, stop telling yourself you're not creative enough. You don't have these new ideas, these passionate new beginnings coming in. Stop telling yourself that you're bound to this idea of who you should be, right? And really like sink in to your own happy place, right? Make a happy place. So for mine, it's a waterfall behind my heart, right? And I imagine my inner child. So maybe you're being called to create yourself a safe space to be, right? Where you call your safe place, where you feel like this, flip you off, right? And you're being called to unbind yourself from this version of yourself that isn't creative, that you say isn't creative, because you are, right? And like really walk the tightrope is what I heard. Really like sink into like learning, right? From putting these big ideas out there, right? Because you can't win if you don't play. See, and we do. You are being called to heal this heartbreak, right? To see yourself more clearly. That's your justice, right? Is to see yourself clearly. Make plans to be who you want to be, right? Make plans. You might want to like travel the world, live in a van. And there's nothing stopping you besides this, like you 44 on the timer telling yourself you can't, you telling yourself that things are going to go wrong or bad. Or I heard clinging to the past could also like clinging to past hardships. Yeah, it's time like we change the story. The pen is in our hand, right? We can choose to live freely, right? We can choose to live in our knowing, in our strength. We can choose to embody these things and to let go of anybody like that. I heard chooses negativity, chooses to complain, chooses to place burden on you, right? Especially if it's not yours to carry, right? You're being called to like let go of those people. Or things that make you feel crappy and you know what they are. Yeah. Or people who make you feel like you're an option, like you're not the whole damn world, because you are, right? So you may be called to like, am I like a little head itch? And that tells me spirit speaking, right? You may be called to ask spirit to remove these people, or ask spirit to show you who these people are. Ask for a clear sign. Pray. Say, if these people aren't meant to be in my life, show me a way to let go of them. If these people are keeping me as an option and doing things in the dark, show me so that I can let go of them. And I'm sure you've already been showed, but you want it like a showed. But you want a clear sign, right? You want to be known, right? Well, yeah. Spirit's saying like you are this magician. You can change anything. My eyes look so cool today, guys. You can change anything in your life. It's like recognizing that you have the power to wield this freaking reality. So stop playing small. Stop playing like you can't. Stop telling yourself you don't. Yeah, and freaking form. Dance with your dark, right? Really acknowledge it. The other day I was thinking something. I was like, oh, it's not going to come to me. And it's something about like our darkness, about how like it can either like, you can give it a place in a space to be. You can see it for what it is. You're like, hey, and then you have the power to change it. But if you're always saying, I don't have darkness. No, I'm better than everybody else and I don't have any darkness and I have conquered myself and I have no ego and I have no darkness, right? You can do that. But then your darkness is going to like consume you and become you. And then you're just like this ego walking in a body, right? But you're being called to like transform, dance with your dark, transform it, acknowledge it, be like, hey, I see you. It's time like I change this pattern, right? It's time I recognize and change this pattern. Okay, let's get an oracle. They don't want to talk to you. Just one, I guess. We've got the path, lovers, humor, choice, intelligence. This gives me divine masculine and feminine balance. And this card always makes me think of the Empress, right? Earth, manifestation, being here and now. I do feel like you're being called to be here now with this present moment, right? It's a gift. All right. Some of mine, and that's where I'm going to leave it. But celebrate in silence, privacy, mirror, mirror. What is your life reflecting back to you from your insides, right? That's funny. Be happy, happy. Being envious of others is blocking you. You don't want their blessings. You have your own. Get to know you, boo. Release limiting beliefs, childhood conditioning that says you can't, you won't be able to, or you're not talented enough. You are. You will. You can. Okay. Miracle opportunity. Hashtag you deserve it. Believe that you do. Believe that miracles manifest by you and for you, right? Healing looks so good on you. Keep growing and glowing. And whether you can, I love when spirit works like that. Whether you say you can or can't makes all the difference. Hashtag words are magic. Use them wisely. All right, guys. I hope this helps.